Hi everyone, today we are from Group 1. We'll present to you about our topic fake news and its impact to society. First of all, we will go to the definition of fake news. The term fake news relate to the dissemination of misleading or false statement through online platform, which may or may not be linked to actual occurrence. The primary objective of such content is to intentionally deceive or manipulate a specific or hypothetical audience, using an opportunistic framework such as title, image, and content to generate interest and gain more click and share, thus boosting advertising revenue or from a particular ideology. The term may also include situations in which false or misleading claims are purposely shared as media content, using systematic features that are meant to influence cognitive process. The contemporary society is faced with a significant concern regarding the matter of fake news. The term disinformation relates to the spreading of fake information with the explicit purpose of misleading others, commonly carried out through online channels like social media. The negative effect of this trend caused significant concern among individuals from diverse backgrounds.
First Draft's Claire Wardle says the term fake news does not describe the complexity of misinformation and disinformation. Wardle describes misinformation as the inadvertent sharing of false information, disinformation as the deliberate creation and sharing of information known to be false.
Next, we will go to the category of fake news. The first one is misleading context. Fake news may present information out of context, twist the truth to shape a particular narrative or viewpoint. These are the common tactics employed by the fake news to advance a particular narrative or viewpoint. By manipulating the presentation of fact, fake news can create a distorted or misleading impression of event or issue. Presenting information out of context involves selectively choosing specific detail while disregarding the broader context in which they occur. This can lead to a skewed understanding of the situation or misrepresentation of the fact. Fake news may highlight isolated incidents or quotes that support their desired narratively while ignoring the contradictory evidence or alternative perspective. The next point is sensationalism. Fake news tend to use sensational headline or emotional charged language to grab attention and evoke strong reaction from readers. Sensationalism is a tactic used in fake news to attract attention and generate strong emotional reaction from readers. Sensational headlines often contain shocking statements that aim to provoke curiosity. This approach is designed to increase the likelihood of the people clicking on the article or share it on social media, thereby maximizing the reach and impact of the fake news. By utilizing emotional charge language, fake news seek to manipulate reader emotion and biases. The goal is to evoke strong reactions such as anger, fear, and excitement, which can could judge the lead individual to share the news without critically evaluating its accuracy and credibility.
Today, I would like to tell about the effect of fake news on society. From the individual perspective, I will bring two opinions to you. As we know, the spread of fake news and inaccurate information has worried and affected the mental health of individuals. With spread of this inaccurate news, it has adverse effects such as psychological, mental stress, and fear because lives are threatened by injections. So I will divide it to the two main points. The first will affect mental health. This will have a negative impact with existing of various mental health issues and cases that threaten the safety of the family and the community, which in turn will have a worse and long-lasting side effect on the mental health of an individual. In connection with that, will have an even worse effect, which there will be a case of suicide. Next, constant exposure to negative and false information will affect the way a person thinks, acts, and resolves conflict. Various cases of suicide can be seen happening widely in society. This matter is very worrying and will have a long-lasting impact on family, institution, and the society. This is because the mass media little by little lead to new cultural pattern and begins to determine the culture of thinking and behavior of an individual who is easily influenced by external and environmental factors. So finally, it will have a worse effect and impact on individuals who are able to put pressure on the soul and mental until there are various cases of suicide due to mental stress such as depression and affect the well-being of the society.
Okay, so now I will explain more the impact of fake news. Next, impact of fake news to society. It has the potential to disturb peace of society when fake news contain inciting violence or unrest spread in society. Inciting violence or unrest happen when fake news that contain provocative or inflammatory content can incite individuals or groups to engage in violent or disruptive behavior. Fake information or fake news that fuels hatred, promote discriminatory actions, or encourage retaliations can lead to social unrest, protests, or even acts of violence, posing a threat to society order. Furthermore, it is related with emotional manipulations because fake news often plays on people's emotions, exploiting their fears, anger, or prejudice. By presenting sensational or exaggerate information, it can evoke strong emotional reactions and amplify existing grievance or tensions. Okay, so now we look to one of the issues that happens in Malaysia of fake news related inciting violence or unrest is the case in 2019, which is Sifat Sri Maha Mariamman Temple, Riyadh in Malaysia. False or fake information spread on social media claiming that the temple was going to be demolished by another religious group, sparking outrage and anger among certain communities. As a result, a group gathered near the temple to protect it, but tension escalated, leading to clash between the protesters and the authorities. This situation quickly spiraled out of the control, resulting in riots, vandalism, also arson attacks, and also injuries. The spread of fake news in this case play a significant role in inciting the violence and unrest. The fake information, fake news, triggered strong emotions and deep-seated beliefs, leading to a breakdown of public order and the potential for further escalation. It highlights the dangers of fake news in inflaming tensions between different religious or ethnic communities and undermining social harmony. This issue demonstrates how fake news that promotes hatred, fuels discrimination, or encourage retaliation can incite violence and pose a significant threat to society order. Addressing the dissemination of fake news and promoting dispersible sharing of information are crucial steps in preventing such incidents and maintaining peace within a society. That's all from me. Thank you.
Today, I will delve into a significant consequence of fake news, which is in role with social and political polarization within our country. Fake news refer to false or misleading information presented as legitimate news. And then, let's explore how this phenomenon contribute to the division and divergence of opinion and ideologies within our society. Before we proceed, let's clarify what we mean by social and political polarization. It is the division and the diversion of opinion and belief within our society. This polarization often leads to increased hostility, reduce the cooperation, and hinder societal progress. Fake news act as a catalyst for social and political polarization. It promote divisive narrative and amplify existing biases, thereby exacerbating the polarization within our country. It creates an environment where people are more likely to adopt extreme position and resist opposing viewpoint. One of the consequences of fake news is the creation of echo chamber and filter bubble. These are isolated information environment where individuals are surrounded by like-minded people and exposed to the information that reinforce their existing belief. Fake news contribute to the formation and reinforcement of this echo chamber, limiting the exposure to the diverse viewpoint and fostering the polarization. Another way fake news fuels social and political polarization is through confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is the tendency to seek and interpret information that confirm one pre-existing belief. Fake news cater to confirmation bias by presenting information that align with people's belief, reinforcing their conviction and deepening polarization. The spread of fake news also results in the erosion of trust and credibility in reliable news source and institution. When people lose trust, they often turn to alternative sources that align with their belief, further entrenching polarization. The lack of trust in shared information impede constructive dialogue and collaboration among differing groups. Fake news has the power to manipulate public opinion. False information presented as news can shape perception, value, and attitudes, leading to further polarization. When individuals are exposed to misleading narrative, it can distort their understanding of reality and foster a divisive environment. Political actors often exploit fake news to advance their agenda. They may they may use false information to fuel division, gain support, or undermine their opponent. Fake news becomes a tool for political manipulation, intensifying the social and political polarization already. Next, the impact on our social cohesion. The, conse- the consequence of social and political polarization extend beyond our ideological differing. It undermines social cohesion, which is crucial for a harmonious society. Polarization hamper dialogue, cooperation, and compromise, making it more challenging to address pressing issues effectively. Then, the negative consequences of social and political polarization are numerous. It can lead to social unrest, increase the intolerance, and political gridlock. When a society is polarized, it becomes less likely to find common ground and make progress on important matters that affect everyone. That's all from me. And next, we're going to continue with the next presenter.
In the global world, the spread of fake news related to health and social media is becoming more and more widespread. The narrative of misinformation at the global level is dominated by personal attitudes that tend to be negative. The information received is difficult to correct because everyone's views are different. From previous research by Apu and Omar 2021 state that false information about COVID-19 on social media has triggered panic. Through Dusa Malaysia 17 July 2021, Joe Biden, who is the President of the United States, has commented on the role of social media such as Facebook, which is spreading false information about COVID-19. The issue that I highlighted is false information about COVID-19. Example of fake news is child who brain damage after receiving the second vaccine injection. Instead, his son dying due to tuberculosis, not because smallpox vaccines. Thus, spreading false information risks person's life because this story could harm their health. So first, this fake news impact on negative thinking on global society. Parents would be encouraged to boycott doctors who advise them to vaccinate their children. This message is constantly shared by an active anti-vaccine movement.
Protes anti-vaksin seluruh dunia. Dalam tahun kedua pandemik COVID-19 melanda dunia, golongan anti-vaksin dilihat semakin berani dan mula melakukan protes terbuka di banyak negara yang sesetengahnya bertukar menjadi ganas. Di Amerika Syarikat, protes diadakan di pelbagai lokasi dan penunjuk perasaan memegang spanduk medical freedom dan pelbagai lagi tuduhan mengenai keburukan vaksin. Protes anti-vaksin juga berlaku di Eropah, Australia dan Afrika Selatan. Keadaan ini hanya akan membuatkan usaha mengekang wabak ini akan terjejas, serta dengan kemunculan varian baru COVID-19, keadaan mungkin menjadi lebih teruk. Golongan anti-vaksin yang semakin menonjol dengan ramai penyokong di media sosial dilihat sebagai punca protes yang meluas. Golongan ini membuat protes kerana tidak bersetuju dengan Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan penggunaan pelitup muka yang diwajibkan dan juga tidak bersetuju dengan peraturan dibuat kerajaan bagi golongan tidak divaksin. Menurut pandangan golongan anti-vaksin juga, vaksin yang dihasilkan diletakkan chip yang boleh menumpuhkan sistem imuniti dan menyebabkan penyakit berbahaya. Mereka juga percaya vaksin adalah konspirasi yang dibuat untuk mengurangkan populasi dunia.
So it will indirect impact on the public health of cities and village. Although it's because individuals choose to believe these anti-scientific claims on psychological fear, which is dangerous and unbalanced. High number of deaths resulting in anxiety is normal, but what should happen is existence of extreme and unbalanced psychological fear. Psychological fear is a combination of emotional factors and limited knowledge. For example, the occurrence of panic buying. It also tends to be prejudiced and likes to blame others. Due to COVID-19 starting from Wuhan, China, anti-ASEAN sentiment increased drastically. If a person is already prejudiced, then this situation will add to the stereotype that exists in them.
For the conclusion, the attempt to reduce the impact of fake news require a holistic approach. Education and media literacy play a crucial role in enabling individuals to effectively identify misinformation and authenticate sources. It is necessary upon technology companies to make effort to counteract the increased amount of misinformation by implementing strategies such as fact verification and the elimination of incorrect content from their digital domain. It is vital that journalists and media organizations maintain a constant dedication to accuracy and reliability in their journalistic endeavor. That's all from us. Thank you.